And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Last time, we dived under the sea and entered the sunken ship, and beat up a giant squid. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, we're hopefully going to finish up this area in this video and see if we can't get that star that fell into the ocean. As you can see, heading into this area, we got a bunch of cheap-cheeps, or whatever they want to call themselves these days, floating around in the water. Cannot access those frog coins, but if we go into a conveniently located whirlpool, I'm just going to set up my party real quick. Let me get Mallow in, and let me see. Does he still have the zoom shoes equipped? Yes, he does. I may as well take that safety badge off of Toadstool and slap it on Gino. Doesn't really need the stat bonus from the amulet anymore, and anybody could benefit from increased ailment resistance, right? And like I said in the last video, the safety badge protects you from all ailments. So it will cover you completely on anything you could potentially run into. But it is not the only piece of equipment in this game with this property. We're actually going to be getting a similar one very, very shortly. As you can see, going down the stairwell, we have some pretty tight spaces to maneuver with all these starfish on, and honestly, these enemy configurations can be rather dangerous due to the presence of the Lucos. You can take out the starfish immediately with Mallow's Thunderbolt, but then that leaves you vulnerable to counterattacks from the Lucos. Now, this room right here, we've got some bloopers floating around, and they're not too terribly interesting, but what is interesting is you can actually get behind this little formation of barrels here, find a hidden accessory, the safety ring, and this is hands down one of the best accessories in the game. And I'm going to slap this on Mario real quick, so let's actually take a look at what it says it does. Guards against mortal blows. Sorry, I'm not able to talk this morning, apparently. What this means is that if an enemy uses an insta-kill attack on you, it will protect you from that and prevent that from going through. Already useful on its own, but much like the safety badge, this also extremely undersells the full extent of what this thing does. In addition to protecting you against mortal blows, it also gives you full ailment protection like the safety badge does, and it gives you immunity to elemental magic. That is, attacks that are fire, ice, and lightning elemental. Now, to be completely honest, this isn't as useful as it sounds, as a majority of the attacks in the game, including some ones that you wouldn't expect, are non-elemental, so this doesn't actually afford you any direct protection against those beyond the magic defense it provides. But it does cover some pretty dangerous ones, namely Blizzard is a really good one, and Solidify, like the Lucos can use. So this is a very, very good accessory, one of the only forms of complete elemental protection you can get in the game, so I highly recommend equipping it on at least one party member at all times. It can give you some serious protection. Now heading into this room, what's going on here? Who are you? What? You're looking for a star? I'll let you see stars, arr. Anyway, you're out of luck. You see, whatever falls into the sea becomes Johnny's property. Got that, matey? Oh, one last thing. Read my lips. Do you even have lips? We ain't letting you through. Got it? Anyways, after National Talk Like a Pirate Day is over, we can just totally kick these guys' faces in. These are Bandana Reds, they are not terribly threatening. Mallow does pretty good damage to them with Thunderbolt, shortening this fight considerably if you bring him along, as you can see. So we just need to do some cleanup here. If I put the amulet on Mallow, he probably would do enough damage to just take these guys out in a single shot, but he'd also be much slower, so that would probably mean I'd have to eat a lot more hits before he actually got a chance to go. Hey, once again, I will always take those. So, finish this guy off, and that was no problem there. I do want to go into the upcoming boss fight with the party of Mallow and Gino. Not because it's a particularly useful formation, but it will be helpful for a certain thing that happens midway through that fight. You're stronger than you look. Better warn the upper deck. Come on, mates. Yes, all these guys just have the exact same pirate voice. It is mandatory. Anyways, recovery shroom here to get all of our HP and FP back, and woo! Alright, where's the intruder? I don't see him. Did he get away? There he is! Get him, boys! This is on us. Luckily, Mario has tons of experience with dodging barrels. What the? How dare you dodge the barrel? Hey, get back here, cowards. Hey, how'd you get up here so fast? Well, your luck has run out. We don't take kindly to strangers around here. And once again, we get into a fight with even more Bandana Reds. These guys, not too different from the previous formation that we just fought. We'll have Mallow soften the entire group up, and then just proceed to clean up. So, hit him with this. There we go. Kinda wish we had more multi-targeting attacks. Currently, the only other AoE damage we have is from Bowser, whose Terrorize spell is pretty weak. Although, honestly, if I used him in junction with Mallow, that probably would do enough damage to take these guys out. Not a big deal either way, it's only slightly less efficient. Plus, I only got one set of Zoom Shoes at this point, so I couldn't guarantee that both of them would be fast enough to go before these guys. I don't know exactly what the base speed value of these guys are, although since I took the Jump Shoes off of Mario, I'm guessing it's around something a little less than 20. Also, yes, I have taken the Jump Shoes off of Mario, but I am going to hang on to them. They can occasionally be useful. Although, honestly, with how I'm planning to do this, it probably won't matter too much. Anyways, it was a level 12 there, so get some POW. Bowser is also going to get some additional POW. Learns his next spell, Poison Gas. It's almost identical to Terrorize, honestly. It just inflicts poison instead. You're pretty tough, mate. Alright, I'll let you go through to Johnny's place. I will take an opportunity to show off Bowser's magic at least once. It actually is not as bad as some people might make it out to be. Bowser doesn't have an absolutely terrible magic stat, especially if you give him the work pants, and all of his stuff is non-elemental, so you never have to worry about elemental deficiencies holding you back, or rather resistances. Alright, so let's head into Johnny's room and get ready for our next big fight. So you're the Mario, eh? Not much to look at. Well, this star fell into my sea, so it's mine. If you want it, you'll have to fight for it. And once again, we are thrust into battle. This time around, we've got Bandana Blues, much faster and slightly stronger variants of the Bandana Reds. And as you can see, even with the Zoom Shoes, these guys are faster than we are, so one of the earliest times where we just have to deal with the entire opposing party outspeeding your guys. Now, absolutely, you want to get Geno Boost onto Mario. If you can get the action command for the attack up, obviously that is preferable, but it's not critical. The defense up is probably the more important thing overall. Let me see. I'm actually going to use a mid-mushroom, if I have one. I don't have one. I want to use a healing item on Mallow, so I guess we'll just use an elixir here. Saving my mushrooms for a particular usage later. We just want to make sure that should these guys focus fire Mallow, as long as I hit my time defenses, he shouldn't get taken out. Okay. Alright, I can always take a miss here. So, let's see here. We'll get Geno Boost on Mallow, just to bring up the offensive power of his Thunderbolt attack. And hopefully this should wipe out the Bandana Blues and allow us to just focus on Johnny. There we go. Pretty nice damage. Alright, now we're just going to default to using jumps with the Geno Boost. This will deal some pretty good damage. Johnny himself is not too terribly threatening. I'm not going to bother boosting Geno for reasons that will become apparent in a little bit. He's pretty resistant to electric attacks, so we're just going to have Mallow do... Well, honestly, Shocker would probably do more damage than that. Mallow, your punches are so wimpy. And just have Geno do a quick shot on him. The second phase of this fight, yes. Okay, so when he uses Get Tough, I believe this definitely increases his defense. I think it slightly increases his attack power. This is a unique variant of an enemy buff, so I'm not too familiar with how this exactly works, but it does definitely result in an increase to his defense power, as you can see. Not bad, fellas. How about it, Mario? Mario versus me. Want to mix it up? Of course. Good fun. And good for you too. Alright, here comes my backup. And at this point, we are thrust into a solo battle against Johnny. He has his Bandana Blues cheerleading him, while whoever you have in your party will stand off on the sidelines and cheerlead you. As a kid, this fight was a massive brick wall for me, because I never used any kind of strategy, and the only item I ever carried with me were pick-me-ups, since they were full HP recoveries that just required the character to be dead to use them on them, so I always had a ton of trouble with this fight as a kid, and I usually just resorted to level level grinding a ton until Mario could just completely curb stomp this guy. Fortunately, once this phase of the fight starts, it does not have too long to go, and as you can see with Geno Boost, Johnny's damage is not too threatening, and Mario hits hard enough to just finish him off in short order. I'm impressed, matey. You've earned the star. Think of it as a souvenir of our fight. Yarr. There we go. Well, that wasn't too bad. Honestly, kind of anticlimactic. I was expecting a bit more out of that fight. If only there was a tougher fight to make this star feel more worth it. Ah, what am I saying? That's hardly necessary. Alright, so we get our star here. And that is 5 out of 7. We are making good progress on this. We'll have that star road fixed in no time. Show Smithy what for. Alright. Got anything else to say for us, Johnny? You must have really wanted that star. Now go on, get out of here before I change my mind. He's the Tsundere pirate captain. Now, before we go forward, I'm gonna switch out Mallow with Bowser. Highly recommend having either Toadstool or at least Geno in the party. I think this party that I'm gonna go with will work well enough for the fight we're about to get into. And let me just go over my items. Okay, I can get rid of a couple of those pure waters. Before we get on to the next fight, I want to absolutely pick up some elixirs from Tadpole Pond, so let's make a quick retreat to there. Eventually, I'll be able to clear those mushrooms out of my inventory. We're just about at the point where I can actually get rid of them. So let's return to the Froggy Juice Bar. We're at full coins here, so do have to make a purchase before I can get rid of some of these pure waters. Or at the very least, make a purchase before I can get rid of these pure waters and actually have it mean something. Alright, so 3 elixirs should do, and I've got Caracolas if I need them. I do really wish there was like a storage system in this game where you could get rid of valuable items that you're not going to use anytime soon. I really would rather not have the red essences just burning a hole in my inventory. And let me see. You know what? Let's make our first fireworks purchase. I believe the fireworks are a key item, so they'll just sit in your inventory and not take, or sit in your special item inventory. I've only got sparklers down, but I ain't giving up. Want to buy one for 500 coins? 500 coins sparklers, jeez. Thanks, you just wait for my masterpiece. Come back with more coins and buy my inventions, alright? Alright, fireworks. Oh, okay, never mind. Let me see here. We can get rid of a maple syrup. Okay, so never mind. Well, in that case, let's just trade it for this shiny stone. Sure, I'll take your shiny stone. I will absolutely give low-grade explosives to children. One other thing I'd like to check out before we get to the next area of interest. Good to see you again. I'll show you my inventory. I do not need a lucky jewel, but I believe at this point he's selling the next item you can get from... Oh, never mind. Alright, we'll have to come back later for it. I know the absolute... or what am I trying to say here? I know what time it is that he sells the absolute last item he can sell. Now, heading into Seaside Town... You found the star. Well done. But your journey ends here. You are so gullible. Don't you know who I am? I'm Yuritovich, a member of Smithy's gang. Am I supposed to know who you are? Shocked? It's no wonder. My impersonation of an ordinary person was flawless. I mean, he got me. Your search for the stars has worried Smithy. So if I take a star back to him, I'll earn brownie points. This is the way to get ahead. Man, I've never seen someone be so proud of being a kiss-ass. It's futile to try and fight me. Just hand it over, nice and easy. Now, for a slight bonus reward, you can get, just hand it over to him immediately. Should you refuse, he will retreat to an area and give the actual villagers of Seaside Town some serious tickle torture. No bueno. And to think I got a star without even soiling my hands. I'm such a genius, it scares me sometimes. No wonder I'm so important. Alright, everyone, listen up. We're returning to the castle. Our ride should be here about now. Alright, before we get into the next fight, just remembered that I forgot to give Bowser his Zoom Shoes back, so let's get rid of this True Form pin and get the Zoom Shoes off of Mallow, and slap those shoes onto Bowser. We'll assume that they're not shoes and they're actually just Timberlands that Bowser is wearing. Now, let's get into this little back area of Seaside Town you'd have no reason to check, and everybody at full health. Got our flowers maxed out, no flower tabs to use. Alright, we should be good. Now, heading into this area...
Blade's late. What's taking him so long? We need to get out of here.
This is just great. Mario caught off with us. Only one thing we can do now, although we may rust a little, we'll have to swim for it. Fortunately, we have friends in low places.
Not so fast, Slayer. That starts a gift to me mate Mario. You spineless dogs have no code of honor. Yarr. We'll make you walk the plank. Johnny, maybe we should leave Mario the pleasure of wrapping things up here.
Many players, I'm sure, have absolutely wished that Johnny was just allowed to resolve the situation.
Hee. I guess we'll have to take our disguises off now. Group formation.
And a quick fusion dance. And the true form of Yaridovich is revealed, and he's a spear-like creature. Now, Yaridovich is a famously difficult boss fight for a lot of players of this game. He has a really nasty attack that does tons of damage to your entire party. Absolutely start getting Geno boost on everyone to make sure you can weather the damage that attack deals. I forget if you need the jump shoes for jump to work on Yaridovich. Okay, no. Thankfully, his pointy head does not counter this. Water Blast. This is his most infamous attack. It hits your entire party for massive non-elemental damage, so the safety ring will not help you here. This is why I picked up the elixirs, so that we can recover from it while I'm trying to get Geno boosts on everybody. We'll get Bowser going next. Now, remember, Geno Boost will be wiped out if you die, so be very mindful of how much damage everybody is taking, because trying to revive them with a pick-me-up will simply bring them back in the fight with even more damage being thrown onto them. Alright, at this point, I can go on the offensive with Bowser as well. Oh, sweet! Geno dodged there. Alright, so don't have to worry about doing any healing. I was going to sacrifice Mario's turn to heal him. Once we get Geno Boost onto Geno, the remaining elixirs we have should cover us for the remainder of the fight. So let's now go full offensive here, unless we need to use an elixir. If this is your first time dealing with this fight, you probably want to bring Toadstool along, since she gives you a much greater degree of recovery from that fight. You're not limited to, of course, highly limited quantity elixirs like I am. Now, after you do a certain amount of damage to Yaridovich, and man, his physical defense is pretty potent. Mirage Attack. He splits into two. Now, one thing to note about this Mirage Attack, as you can expect, one of these is real and the other is fake. However, your cursor will always default to the one that is real. Now, one other thing to note is that the fake one will take considerably more damage, so that's another way you can tell. Nothing that I'm too overly concerned about, though. Since Geno is dealing the least damage in this fight, I'm going to have him focus on healing, and nice, a freebie. I'm not sure what the success rate for getting freebies on elixirs is. I know most common items, like stuff you can buy from the general item stores, is a 26% chance or so, and rare items like red essences and Caracolas is 13%. I'm not sure what category elixirs fall into. We're actually getting quite lucky with not being hit with multi-targeting magics. That would make this fight a lot more dicey. But once you have defense bonus going on your entire team, this becomes no real problem. And as you can see, we took him out pretty easily. So yeah, Yaridovich, very tough fight for newer players, but once you know the value of Geno Boost, that you are completely safe there. Looks like Johnny already returned to his homestead, under the sea. Smithy is now in the race for the star pieces. What horrible surprises might he have in store for Mario? Wonder if Johnny left anything for us.
To Mario. Knowing you, it must have been a breeze knocking down your Eid, eh? By the way, my pirates say they saw a huge axe flying across the sky. It's probably one of Smithy's nasty friends. Go get him, pal. Well, my gills are failing me, so I'll be heading back down. Drop in whenever you have time, okay? Your true mate, Jonathan Johnny Jones.
As far as I know, there's no point in the game where you can visit Johnny and he actually says anything different. Kind of a missed opportunity, honestly. But the shed key here will allow us to free the true residents of Seaside Town, as well as a mole woman. Whew, thank you so much. I've had enough of cramped, dirty old places like this. Hey, fella, you got us out of a bind. Peace, brother. You're mighty unpleasant in there. Thanks for helping us out. Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot. Be sure to stop by. Yeah, stop on by. Thank you for freeing us. I've got to get back to work now, but stop by the inn. See you there. I believe you can rest at Seaside Town for free, much like Rose Town and Mario's home. Ah, Mario. Thank you for saving our little town of Seaside. You exposed the fake townspeople and gave up your star to save us. Please take this with our thanks. And we get a flower box, a very nice reward. If you allow the town residents to be tortured, you will not get this flower box. Now that we've rescued the residents of Seaside Town, quite a bit opens up for us. There's a lot of unique shops in this area. Mario, if it's a star that you're looking for, I may be able to help you. At the far side of Land's End is a town made up of reformed monsters. A mouse came by the other day and I overheard him boasting about a star of theirs. I don't know exactly where this town is located, but if you follow the road, you'll get there. Alright, that sounds good. So, that was a double bonus. We got the next lead for our journey. Now we have a weapon and armor shop. Please come in and browse. I'm running an armor shop. So this guy sells all armor available in the game up to this point, but no reason to buy any of that since we already have the best stuff available. Welcome to my weapon shop. And here we can buy, let's see, Troopa Shell, which I think has exactly the same attack power as the Masher at this point. But we can also buy a Parasol for Toadstool, giving her some bonus power there. A Ribbit Stick for Mallow, which is an improvement over his Double Punch. And let me see here. Anything for Gino? Let's see, no upgrades there. Now, this hammer, though, even though it looks on its surface the same as the hammer we got at the start of the game, it is actually the Lucky Hammer. It has the same stats as the basic hammer, but whenever you land a timed hit with it, it forces a Lucky at the end of the battle. It's a very important item for getting a true low-level run, since the Lucky Gem, which is the other way to force 0 experience encounters, has limited uses, but for a regular player, I can't really recommend picking it up. I don't think it's really necessary, so I'm just going to ignore it. A couple other unique places to check out in here. Beetles Are Us. Beetlebug priceless, male 50 coins, female 1 coin, and golden beetle a frog coin. So this is an area where you can buy the beetle box. Welcome to Beetles Are Us. We run a beetle business here. Want an explanation? Sure, give it to me. Okay, I'll explain the system. First, you need to purchase a beetle box, which will cost you 50 coins. Then go to Booster Hill, where there are many beetles. If you bring back the beetle box filled with beetles, you can trade them in for coins and etc. Check the menu list for more information. So yes, you can purchase a beetle box. A beetle box is a one-time purchase. Every time you fill it up, it will be removed from your inventory when you return it. But it allows you to redo the Booster Hill minigame with the new system of collecting beetles. And this is one of the more reliable ways that you can farm frog coins in the game. However, there is another one that, with a lot of practice, is a lot more effective. So we'll be checking that out later. I'll probably do the beetle minigame at least once, but otherwise, we're just going to ignore that for right now. Here we've got a health food store. Hi, Mario. We got a lot of health foods at our store. You gotta treat your body right. So here we can buy mushrooms, mid-mushrooms, all that jazz. Nothing too special about this store, but what's important is that it's an area where you can buy basic mushrooms located right next to the Mushroom Boy's shop. Hey, hey, hey! I'm the Mushroom Boy. Did you know that hidden amongst the regular mushrooms are some special ones? Unreal, huh? I'll give you items in return for those special mushrooms, but you gotta taste them to find out what kind they are. So I'll take a nibble first. I'm hoping for a special mushroom, but even if it isn't, at least I'll get a meal out of it. So this is Mushroom Boy. You can trade all your normal mushrooms to him, and he'll give you items based on the quality of the mushrooms. This one's a berry mushroom. I'll give you a maple syrup. Oh boy, I'm stuffed. So yes, the mushroom from the top of our inventory is gone, and we get a maple syrup to go into, well, our syrup section of the inventory. So let's trade in all our mushrooms and see what we get. Hey, far out! This is just a regular mushroom. Thanks for the snacks. So yeah, sometimes they can just be regular mushrooms. Now, if you want to get mushrooms for free, of course, you can go to the forest maze. So regular mushroom. Now, the main thing we're looking for is that 2 varieties of mushrooms. One can be a flower tab for the reward, and the other can be a rock candy, which is one of the best things we can get. So looks like we've used up all our normal mushrooms. I don't believe you can use special mushrooms like max mushrooms on them. So looks like we struck out there. I'm just gonna buy a few mushrooms from the health store and see if I can't get a good item. Hold on a second. Okay, here, we got the Rippin' Mushroom. So, we got a rock candy. Hey, that's really good. And yes, you can just buy mushrooms endlessly from the health store and just keep trading them until eventually you get flower tabs and rock candies. It's really tedious, though, so I wouldn't really recommend doing it, but if you want to max out your flower points total, this is by far the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, you have to be very meticulous about getting bonus flower rewards. Here we've got an accessory shop. You're so brave to rescue us, and I'm so thankful. But listen, maybe it's time you thought a little more about what you wear. Accessorizing is big business these days. See anything you like here? So here we have an accessory shop, and we can buy the usual suspects such as the status ailment pins and jump shoes, but we can also buy zoom shoes. This is the first opportunity to get zoom shoes outside of the one you can get Booster's Tower. I'm absolutely going to give these to Mallow. It's just a very good accessory for Mallow to have whenever you have the option to put it on him, since anybody less than 20 speed has a pretty high chance of being outrun by the enemies at this point in the game. With that all done, obviously there's a couple things left for us to do in Seaside Town, most obviously the Beetle minigame, and I do at least want to get the other variety of mushroom at least once, just to show off the dialogue for that, but we'll save that for another video. Now we can access Land's End. This is what the route we have to take in order to get to Monstro Town, where our next lead for where to go is, but I think we'll save that for next video. Conveniently, we have a save point located here, and there's a few secrets located within Land's End that lead to some pretty interesting items to get, so hopefully we'll be able to get all those knocked out in the next video as well. That's where I'll leave it. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.